Happy Friday, everybody. Today is March 6, 2026, and this is your Friday planning video. Now, most people look at their tax return the same way they looked at report cards growing up. You either passed or you failed. Refund, you did well. Balance due, something went wrong. That mindset is understandable, but it completely misses the point. Your tax return is not a grade. It's not a judgment. It's definitely not a measure of how good you are with money. It's a clue. What a tax return actually is, your tax return is one of the most complete financial snapshots you'll get all year. It shows you where your income came from, how your savings and investments showed up on paper, what changed over the course of the year, how life decisions translated into numbers, but it only tells part of the story. It tells you what happened, not whether what happened was intentional. And that distinction matters because planning isn't about outcomes, it's about alignment. This is why March is such an important planning month. April is about closing the books. March is about interpreting them. Here's the question I almost always ask clients this time of year. What surprised you? Because surprise is never really about taxes. It's about expectations not matching reality. Maybe you were surprised by the size of your refund, owing more than you expected, how much more income showed up on paper, even though the day-to-day life didn't feel that different. Those moments of surprise are where real planning begins. Use the return as a clue. Now, if income increased this year, that's usually good news, but it raises planning questions. Did savings increase with it? Did your lifestyle quietly expand along with it? Did taxes rise in a way you expected or catch you off guard? If income dipped or fluctuated, it's not just a tax issue. It's a signal that stability may be changing and that planning need to adjust with that. If deductions shifted or filing status changed or business income looks different than expected, those aren't errors, they're data points. And data points are useful if we look at them calmly. That's what March is about. This is what the Friday video series for March is all about. March is when we take information without judgment and we turn it into insight. Over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about how to interpret refunds and balances due without emotions, how to separate signal from noise once the numbers are real, and how to turn clarity into action, thoughtfully and calmly. Not because something went wrong, but because this is when planning actually works best. Good planning doesn't eliminate taxes, it eliminates surprises. So before you mentally file your return away and move on, pause for a moment and ask, what's the return telling me about? My income, my cash flow, my savings habits, my risk exposure. Because your tax return isn't the end of tax season, it's the beginning of planning season. Next week, we're going to talk about one of the most emotional parts of the return, refunds and balances due, and why neither one means what most people think it means. Also, don't forget to change your clock Saturday night with hopeful anticipation that spring is coming. We spring ahead 1 hour in most of the United States. Have a great weekend and keep planning.